Are you beyond repair? Maybe I will never escape misery despite my best efforts. What is the point of fighting? If this is a question you often ask yourself, please watch until the end. Will I ever escape misery? 57 years ago, a 23-year-old man begging on the streets of Toronto, Canada, was asking himself the same question. That man's name was Frank O'Day. This picture was him. The guy begging for money to buy a bottle of wine and a 50-cent bed in a flophouse. He was 30 years away from being named an officer of the Order of Canada, 20 years away from marriage and fatherhood, 10 years away from earning his first $1 million, and just 1 week away from deciding that he must change or die. Frank O'Day certainly could not have imagined that he would one day become the co-founder of Second Cup, one of Canada's largest coffee retailers and roasters, offering beverages, pastries, and snacks. His journey, however, began in darkness. At the age of 13, he was sexually abused and assaulted. Without the guidance or protection of capable parents, he sought escape from his painful reality, turning to alcohol. This dependency began early in life, pulling him deeper into a cycle of addiction and despair. His grades plummeted, his social life disappeared, and he was eventually kicked out of his house. Alone in Toronto, he quickly ran out of money and became a panhandler on the streets, living in flop houses, starving and often not sober. One day a stranger gave him a quarter. Instead of using it to buy a bottle of wine, he made a life-changing decision. He called a helpline. Little did he know that single decision would mark the beginning of his comeback, one of the most remarkable turnarounds in history, a story that continues to inspire generations of Canadians and people around the world. Let me now read you an excerpt from the book When All You Have Is Hope by Frank O'Day that describes his darkest moments. I open my hand to count the money. 25, 35. I lose track and start over again. 50, 55, 65, 75 cents. It is just after 3 o'clock. I am 25 cents short. The wind comes up, carrying the rain with it. Cold December rain that is certain to become snow by evening. Bad news. The lineup at the Salvation Army hostel will be longer than usual this evening. I need that 25 cents, that quarter of a dollar. I need it in a way I need air. I need it more than food. I need to use the bathroom too. Cold air does that to you. But first, I need a drink. Everything is needs. I am beyond wants. I remember reading this book in a library during one of my darkest moments of my life, and I couldn't stop crying. At that time, I had been a gaming addict for 4 years and just couldn't quit. I asked everyone around me for help, every therapist I could reach out to, every YouTuber who talked about gaming addiction. Yet, no one had the answer for me. All I had was hope. Today, I turned my life around, just like Frank O'Day. I want to help you do the same. No matter how deep into the abyss you have fallen, there's always a way out. Life is so unfair to so many of us. You didn't choose an abusive family, but life imposed it on you. Who doesn't want a good looking face and a beautiful jawline, yet you were born with the looks you have? Good health should be a basic right for everyone, but maybe life denies it to you, forcing you to visit hospitals while others are out at bars and clubs. You just want a shred of happiness, but you have to work 10 times harder to get it while others get what they want effortlessly. You crave respect, approval, and attention. But life cruelly reminds you if you cease to exist tomorrow, the party will go on. You have endured a tough past, but no one cares about it. No one listens to your stories because people are too busy chasing profits and pleasure. The trauma that weighs heavily on your heart is nothing more than comedy material for others. Your abusive family and heartbreaking stories, they're just punchlines in a heartlessly rational world. But here is what I'm going to tell you. While there's no limit to how hard life can fuck you up, there's no limit to how hard you can fight. You're at the rock bottom, you have nothing to lose and nowhere to go. It is time to take out your weapon and put up the nastiest fight humanly possible. Just like Franco Day, you're a week away from deciding that you must change or die. Are you a little sheep that kneels in front of life's most brutal and unfair mistreatment? Or are you going to fight life to death? Do whatever it takes to fight because a human can die but cannot be humiliated by life. You cannot just live like a walking dead all day every day and no one gives a fuck about. Your fate is to pursue excellence. Your destiny is to pursue your full measure of happiness. Every time life smashes you into the ground, you will rise back up. Stare at life with the deepest hatred and pick up your weapon to go back to war. You will climb from rock bottom. You will fight to death.